What's going on, guys? Steve Riggs, Anarchy Audio Works. Welcome back to the channel. Back with another demo video today. This time we're going to be looking at Bios Amp 2 Pro from Positive Grid. This thing is ridiculous. Proper impressive bit of kit. If you're anything like me and you've been searching for that perfect guitar tone for years but you've never quite been able to nail it, then look no further, guys, because this is going to hook you up whatever style you play. I've been testing out loads of software amp sims over the last few years. Some are great, some not so great. This one has truly blown my mind, and the tones are that good and full sounding that it's very easy to forget that you're using software and not a real tube amp. In this video I'm going to give you an overview of its features, and we're going to go and find some seriously sick tones. So let's get into it. Real quick, guys, if you can, please drop this video a like, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please also subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out and makes it all worthwhile doing. Now, back to the video. Alright, so I'm going to cut the waffle in for a bit now, and we're just going to jam a bunch of stuff and you can hear for yourself how good this thing sounds. I'll go over the features and stuff afterwards and show you how I made these tones. Let's go. So let's see how it sounds in a mix. I've got the project here for the Lamb of God cover that you heard at the very start of the video. Got the backing track with no guitars. And I've double tracked the guitars left and right using 2 instances of bias amp. Let's take a listen. So there's just a few examples of some metal and rock stuff using a bunch of my favourite tones. Not even scratching the surface there though, as there are presets to suit any playstyle and genre, and it'd be an epically long video trying to cover it all. Back to the plugin itself though, let's have a proper look at it. So Bias Amp 2 Pro has recently had some pretty big updates. The main one being a major overhaul to its DSP engine so that the sound quality is now even more high def than it was before. Its interface has also had a nice upgrade. The menus and options are all laid out well. It's really easy to find your way around and get to what you need quickly with no messing about. There's a nice amount of amps, cabs and microphone options to choose from. It's even got the Celestion V30s, Greenback 25s, tons of other impulse responses that all sound spot on. Also 4 different mics, and you can change the mic position to wherever you want. The built-in noise gate tightens up your tone nicely, and the reverb is also top quality. But you can go even deeper than that, right down to a component level by switching out the preamp tubes, the power amp tubes, even the transformer type. So if you're after anything from high gain tone, warm crunch sound, precise full clean tone or anything in between, then all of the options are here to dial in exactly what you want. There's also descriptions of what each tube does to affect your tone if you're not familiar with the hardware versions that they're modelled on. But that's not all. The main thing that's got me super excited about it and makes it stand apart from other software amp sims that I've used before is its amp match feature. With amp match, you can take any recording of any guitar track, whether it be from a real amp that you already own or even an isolated guitar part from any album, sample it into bias amp and it'll make you a near perfect replica of that tone to use yourself. I'll run you through quickly how I made some of my tones with a couple of examples. So over here in this demo project I've got a couple of isolated guitar stems. Now being the Pantera fanatic that I am, the very first thing that I obviously wanted to do after getting bias amp was go and make myself a true Dimebag tone. So I scoured the internet, went and found Dimebag's isolated guitar stems from the Vulgar Display of Power album. Here's the album takes from Walk as they are on the album played by Dimebag. And here's the tone match that I made, which you heard me jamming earlier in the video. How insane is that? Seriously impressive stuff, man.
You got the Dimebag.
The sick thing is how simple it was to make. All you need to do is click over to the amp match section, choose the file of the isolated guitar stem and load it in, and then the plugin's going to analyse the audio so it can match the sound. When that's done, Bias Amp will ask you to connect your guitar up to the audio interface. Once you've done that, click next, and now just play something into the plugin for a few seconds so that it can capture the clean signal from your guitar. Play until it gets to 100%, and now you've got yourself a perfectly matched tone which you can save and use for yourself. Now this will work with any isolated guitar track, so even if there's a section of guitars on your favourite album where there's no drums, bass or vocals or anything going and it's just the guitar, you can cut out that clip and feed that into Bias Amp to get the same result. And it also works using recordings from any real tube amps that you might have recorded yourself or that you have the stems lying around for. This one I've got here is a recording from my mic'd up 5150 Mark I that I have here in the studio, and I also captured the dry DI signal of the same recording simultaneously using my DI box. Here's the recording from the 5150. And here's the same riff tone matched using Bias Amp. It's crazy good how close that sounds. I'd even go as far as saying it sounds a little bit tighter now that I've tweaked a few things and added some noise reduction. But now having my 5150 captured inside Bios Amp makes it super convenient if you want to just pick up and play and not have to spend ages wiring everything up, getting the right mic positions, setting up your pedal board, setting up your audio interface. And it also stops the neighbours from going mental because you're blasting 120 watts of metal through a 4x12 next to their bedroom. Win-win all round. It also means that you can edit the sound of your amp now inside the plugin, adding post EQ, switching out the tubes, switching out the cabinets, the mics, and then saving all those different presets for use for different situations. And as if all of that isn't enough, Positive Grid have taken it to another level by adding an online community directly into the plugin, where guitarists all over the world that use Bios Amp 2 Pro can upload and share their own tones that they've captured and made, which can now be downloaded by everyone that uses the plugin for free. Just using the search bar, you can find any tones from any band, album or guitarist that you're after, preview them live by just jamming some riffs through them while they're still in the cloud before you even commit to downloading them to your library for free. And obviously you can also upload your own tones as well to share with the rest of the world. I've uploaded the capture of my 5150 from the studio, my Dimebag tone and my Machine Head tone already, so if you have the plugin or you're planning on getting it, which I highly recommend doing, then you can go and grab all these tones for free. The names of my presets are on screen right now for you to search them inside ToneCloud, and I'll also put them in the video's description, along with a link where you can get a 14-day free trial of Bios Amp 2 Pro. Go and check it out for yourself, you really will not be disappointed. In the few weeks that I've been using Bios Amp, it's become my go-to for everything now that I do in the studio, even over my actual 5150, which I never thought I'd say, but the convenience of it just makes getting set up and jamming a hell of a lot quicker and easier. So go and check out the 14-day trial using the link in the description box below, because I know you're going to love it as well. Let me know in the comments section once you've had a jam with it yourself and tell me how you get on. And if you want to upload any of the tracks that you've recorded using Bios Amp 2 Pro, feel free to post them in the comments as well and I'll check them out. And that's about it for today's video, guys. I hope you got something out of it and that I've pointed you in the right direction on your tone chasing journey. As always, thanks for watching. Your support to the channel is always massively appreciated. Please drop this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, then drop me a thumbs up anyway. And also consider subscribing to the channel. Those small things really do help massively towards the channel's growth, and it makes the weeks of planning and filming these videos all worthwhile doing. Till next time, thanks again. Happy jamming.